Welcome, viewers. Today, we're exploring a series of events that some believe align with prophecies about America's future. We'll examine these claims, recent developments, and their potential implications. In April 2024, Mr. Brandon Biggs uploaded a video on YouTube containing several prophecies about America's future. While prophecies should always be approached with discernment, recent events have drawn attention to Mr. Biggs' predictions. Let's explore these claims and the events that seem to align with them.
And then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming.
On July 13th, 2024, an extraordinary incident occurred that many believe aligns precisely with Mr. Biggs' prophecy. During a public appearance, a shot was fired at Donald Trump, narrowly missing his head and grazing his ear. This event has sparked intense discussions about the accuracy of Mr. Biggs' prophecy, and for good reason. What's particularly striking about this incident is that no one denies it happened. The near miss of the bullet is widely regarded as nothing short of miraculous, given the proximity of the shot to Trump's head. Even more remarkably, despite the presence of numerous law enforcement personnel and extensive security measures, investigators have been unable to determine how the assailant managed to get so close or how security protocols failed. Many view these circumstances, the miraculous near miss and the inexplicable security lapse, as further evidence supporting the prophetic nature of Mr. Biggs' prediction. It's not just the occurrence of an attempt on Trump's life that aligns with the prophecy, but the seemingly supernatural elements surrounding the event.
And then there will be a great economy crash. Yeah. I saw they had a great economy plan, a crash, worse than the Great Depression. And the Lord warned me about this. It would be a great dark time.
As of August 5th, 2024, financial markets are experiencing significant volatility. Huge $6.4 trillion global stock market meltdown could be the beginning, and economic experts are expressing concern about potential long-term implications. This market instability appears to align with Mr. Biggs' prediction of a market crash.
Would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and things would start to break free come toward the fall.
Thanks so much for having me, Sean. And remember, this is a federal election case, but the federal prosecutors at the Southern District of New York who looked at it, they said it wasn't worthy of a charge. And then the Federal Election Commission, who also looked at this, did not believe that any crime had been committed, that any prosecution was necessary. So this is a novel legal theory where a local DA is trying to bring this case, and it really fell apart before our very eyes when Michael Cohen there was exposed not just being for a liar of yesteryear in times past, but even in this trial before this jury, lying about his communications and the substance of those communications as part of all this nonsense that they've tried to criminalize because they want to keep Trump off the campaign trail. So it's quite something. And, I don't know that your listeners can really appreciate how dank and dreary this place is. You think about New York being this grandiose place with all the atmospherics of the Big Apple. The reality is, I think this courtroom got frozen in time about 50 years ago and hasn't changed. And it's incredibly close proximity. And you get to see the smirk on this judge's face. He believed that this prosecution was his entry ticket into high society of New York, that he would be celebrated forever as the judge who got to put away Donald Trump. And he's desperately trying to preserve that despite all of the evidence cutting against the principal witness for the prosecution, Michael Cohen, a liar proven over and over again.
What did you make of the judge's meltdown yesterday as it relates to Costello? He's trying to stare me down. I mean, if it wasn't so ridiculous, it's laughable. It does begin to make one wonder, what jury instructions are going to look like. And now I think the judge in this case is purposely trying to tip the scale back in favor of the prosecution because they got destroyed, and he knows damn well they got destroyed. It may be a lot of things, but you can't be that dumb.
It's an incredibly rare and powerful thing when someone's own lawyer stands up and says that person has been a liar. That was what was occurring with Michael Cohen's former lawyer, Bob Costello, and it seemed that really triggered the judge, that got the judge so enraged that he cleared the courtroom, is indicative of someone displeased with the direction of this trial and how it seems to be going on the presentation of the evidence. And so I think you're right to be concerned about what these jury instructions look like. I would expect that a good amount of the summation from Todd Blanche will revisit all of the points he scored during the cross-examination of Michael Cohen. The dishonesty, the thievery, stealing from the Trump organization. This wasn't someone who was just lying to protect Donald Trump. This was someone at all material times was working for his own benefit, for his own financial benefit, to try to move into a societal and governmental class that he thought he deserved to be in. And it may have just been an intermeddler in this whole bizarre matter.
Mr. Biggs also prophesied that Trump's legal challenges would come to a halt. We're seeing developments that some interpret as aligning with this prediction. Several high-profile cases against Trump have faced procedural setbacks. Specific example of a case being dismissed or delayed, if available. Legal experts are divided, with some arguing the cases are weakening, while others maintain their significance. It's important to note that legal processes can be complex and unpredictable.
And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting.
David Giglio tweeted out a very helpful reminder for us that really puts things in perspective. When you compare President Trump to where he was in 2016, 2020, I mean, there's simply no way around the fact that he is in a far stronger position than he's ever been in to win the presidency. That's just an objective fact. Take a look at where we are right now with the polling. Trump has actually gone up 0.1% higher since Giglio's tweet just the other day. But compare that to the polls in 2020. And remember, you see that, right? You see all the blue. Remember now, even seeing all that blue, remember, Biden, quote unquote, won with all that blue. He won by just 40,000 votes. 10,000 Arizona, 10,000 Georgia, 20,000 Wisconsin. That's it. Had 40,000 votes gone the other way, Trump would be still the president today. And it's because no one turns out the vote like Trump. The polls always underestimate the Trump turnout. Case in point, look at 2016. Again, virtually all blue. If Trump had the poll numbers he's got today, if he had those same poll numbers back in 2020 and 2016, we would all be absolutely pumped and elated. And take a look at this. According to all the polling average out, this is what the electoral map looks like right now as we speak. Trump is just shy of a 300 electoral vote victory. The numbers just don't lie. How on earth are we supposed to believe that Kamala is surging when nearly 2 weeks after Biden dropped out, with the current honeymoon period and the response bias and all the polls and a fawning media just going 24/7? What an amazing person. With all of that, Trump is still poised to win upwards of 300 electoral votes. And that's when you count all the polls that have been taken. No cherry picking, no cafeteria selective polling. This right now is the polling picture that is really happening.
But I saw paddles coming upon America's soil like a shocking of the soil. And I saw Donald Trump praying in the office of the Oval Office. And he was weeping before the Lord with his hands on his head like this, but he was weeping. And there was ministers and people, I don't know if they were senators or Congress people or whatever. I just saw them pacing and back and forth inside of the White House. what is the White House, but it's the Oval Office, trying to reform America again, bringing back America. Because the Lord told me, He said, I am not done with America.
The final point of Mr. Big's prophecy speaks to a broader theme of national renewal, suggesting that God is not done with America and that America will come back. While interpreting divine intentions is beyond our scope, we can look at current trends that might relate to this idea. When considering prophetic voices like Mr. Big's, it's worth reflecting on Jesus' words in the Gospel of Mark. When his disciples tried to stop someone from casting out demons in Jesus' name because he wasn't part of their group, Jesus replied, "Do not hinder him, for there is no one who will perform a miracle in my name, and be able soon afterward to speak evil of me. For he who is not against us is for us." Mark 9 verses 39 to 40. This passage reminds us to be open to how God might work through unexpected people, while still using discernment. It encourages us to focus on the message and its fruits rather than dismissing someone simply because they're outside our usual circles. As we examine these prophecies and events, it's crucial to maintain a balanced perspective. Whether or not you believe in prophecies, the themes of justice, leadership, and national renewal are relevant to all Americans. As we navigate these complex times, let's strive to engage thoughtfully with these ideas, always seeking truth and working towards a stronger, more united nation. What are your thoughts on these developments? How do you envision America's future? Share your perspectives in the comments below, and let's continue this important conversation. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more analysis of current events and their potential implications for our future. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.